All right, we are live. Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Astoria's Story, brought to you by the Seven Spheres of Money. Yes, and welcome back to Astoria. It's been a long minute since we been here, just about a little bit over a month since our last show. I looked at the YouTube, and the last show was February 3rd. We were just talking about your trip to Aruba. You gave those travel tips. So that was our last show. We've been very busy over here at the Seven Spheres of Money, and Astoria has been very busy over there at I Am Queen.
Yes.
We've had on our side, we've had a couple powerful webinars, tax refund webinars. We have another one coming up at the end of this month, and we had several powerful interviews, a bunch of them. So you want to go to the Seven Spheres of Money YouTube channel and check those out, because those were absolutely fire.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in, because Astoria, she's still at the shop. If you didn't notice that her background is different, so this is she's at the shop right now. She's still working, but she's giving me a little bit of a time, before she finishes up for the evening. So thank you for coming on, Astoria. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. I miss y'all. It's been a whole lot of stuff happening, but definitely miss y'all. And we might see this background a little bit more often, because technically Wednesdays I'm typically at the shop. So I probably won't try to wrap up and try to make it home to get to my, space, since this is a designated area too. But I've been good, so I'm glad you've been good. We've had winter apocalypse happening in Houston. A couple trips, things like that. Nothing too out of my norm, I'll put it that way.
All right. So so since it's been so long, we'll just catch up, just catch up on all those things. A couple of those that you just alluded to, the Texas apocalypse, which should be out of the norm. That was one thing that definitely wasn't normal or usual.
No, that was not normal. Winter apocalypse was not normal. Well, let me say this. Winter for a couple of days in Houston is normal.
That's normal.
That type of winter, and not to the extent of things that happen because of the lost power and the lost water and things like that. But, we live in Texas and we think we are our own country. So, we do our own thing.
Mm-hmm. Right, so, yeah. That's a whole nother conversation right there. I'm not too knowledgeable on. I just heard people talking about, Texas having its own power grid and just all sorts of stuff.
So simply put, here's how it works. There's East Coast power, West Coast power, and there's Texas, which sounds ridiculous, right? Texas is on its own power grid, which is why when you see stuff happen when we're talking about drilling and oil and gas, the people here are so, doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican, right? They're very headstrong on oil and gas because we have our own. Like, we literally don't have to ask anybody for anything because there's so much here. There's lots of oil money here, old money, all that stuff like that. So we're on our own power grid. And just to give you a little, I guess, preface around it is anywhere you live in the South, we don't have basements, of course, right? Our air conditioning and the way our houses are made are not built to sustain winter, therefore summer, which is why we have more AC and things like that. Whereas up north, you guys have furnaces, the heating is on the floor, things like that. So when something happens, we're just not equipped to deal with winter storms. So we don't have no snow plows. We ain't got no salt. We have none of the stuff that people up north have for a winter storm. So therefore, we're not prepared. And we have government officials that don't really give a damn. It's all about money. So hence, that's why we ain't have no power. But
Yeah. So how did it affect you personally? I'm assuming you lost power, and what else did you endure?
Yeah. So we had no power, no water for 3 days. So the storm hit Sunday. well, Monday morning. So let's just say 2:30 in the morning, the power goes out. For us, we have generators and we have a wood fireplace. So we were okay, like we did what we could do with what we had. Luckily, my dad lights the fireplace every year, whether it's cold or not. So it wasn't like we had to worry about, the furnaces and the fireplace ain't clean, carbon monoxide, anything like that. Everything was like good for us. But no power, no water for 3 days. And all I can say is just imagine for a woman, that's really bad. Like a woman, anybody is bad. But for a woman, it's real bad. We don't like to not have to take a bath. But imagine a woman on her time of the month too. Like TMI, but you see what I'm saying? Like it was just bad. It was just bad all around, just horrible. I know I'm not the only person that happened to. I'm just saying it was just horrible. But again, we had a generator. I am very savvy and know how to take care of myself. One thing my dad did tell me at the end of it, he was like, I do know that if something was to happen to me, I could take care. If it happened to them, I could take care of myself, because I was the one making sure that the fire was, still going in the fireplace. When everybody went to sleep, I was staying up, making sure that we had wood on the fire. Everything was going to keep it warm. When he got the gas for the generator, things like that. I was cooking the food, making sure like my parents are retired. So I'm just making sure that they don't have to do too much. You know what I mean? Like, not that my parents can't do anything, but try not to overload them if like they had to do a whole lot of stuff. So that was the gist of my Valentine's. I did see beautiful snow. Like I woke up at 2:00 in the morning. Well, I didn't wake up. I didn't go to sleep. So I was up all night with the snow. Like, oh, it's so pretty. And then it was like, but this some BS. I got to sit in the car and charge my phone because we ain't got we hadn't hooked the generator up yet. And so I'm still trying to get work done. And I actually produced a lot of content during all of that. I never stopped posting. We still had service and things like that. I never stopped working as far as like the work I can do from home. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is what it is.
Gotcha. So, just knowing that you come through with the, with the spirituality and the gems, and the words of wisdom. If you could kind of sum up that experience, into a lesson in terms of maybe how you approach that situation and how you handled it, what would be your main takeaway?
Gratitude. It's always gratitude. I'm thankful that it wasn't worse than what it was. I'm thankful that, what the situation was, what it was, because it could have been so worse, because it was so much worse for other people. Like my best friend, her dad still has no water at his house because the plumbers haven't been able to come because their pipes burst. Like we didn't even have any of that. Like we had one little thing bust and it was like outside. It wasn't even in the house. So I'm gonna say gratitude. Like if anything, it's just thinking about be grateful what you have now so you can appreciate the blessings that do come, in between that.
Yeah, wow. You're saying still like March 17th, 2021, like a whole month later? That is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely sending out some peace and some comfort and some positive energy to that family. That's and all the other families that are going through similar situation right now, where we're a month later and they're still not back to normal, with their services running and all that. And those people who are dealing with those that nonsense with the electric companies and the astronomically high bills.
Yes.
Yeah, sending positive energy out to all of them. So so we're definitely glad that you that you survived that and you got you realize the gratitude in that situation, so
for sure.
Yep. So that was the snowpocalypse, Texas winter, winter, whatever you call it.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. So that was that. All right.
Yeah. So before you ask me the next question, I got 2 seconds, and I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yep, do your thing. Yep. Yeah. I told you, man. She's she's still working. She's still working. As always. So, since she's in the shop, we'll have her catch up on what's the latest, in her industry. Any new projects she's been working on with hair. Of course, she does the Reiki also. So we'll see what's good with that. She also told me offline that she did some traveling. Of course, she did some traveling. She wouldn't be Astoria if she didn't do any traveling. So we'll talk about those trips, and if we have some time in there, I'll have her build on what's going on astrologically. What's going on up high, because the other name of the show is cosmetology and cosmology, and of course, finances. Because she does Money Mondays every Monday. So if you're not following Astoria on Instagram, her Instagram information is down below in the description. Ms. Story on Instagram. Tune in every Monday, 6 p.m. Central Time for Money Mondays, where she talks everything personal finance. She brings on, dynamic and knowledgeable guests that talk about everything dealing with money, different perspectives. So you want to make sure you tune into that and get locked into all of her social media. The shows that she puts on a weekly basis. She also has a book out, which you can probably get from her website.
Okay. I'm back, y'all. Sorry.
Right. She's back.
My bad. Okay.
All right. Cool. So, yeah.
Can we edit that out? No, I know it's live. It's okay.
It's all good. I was talking to the people. I kept them company.
Okay.
so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So I figured next we would talk about what's going on, with your business and with the industry right now. Any new projects with with the hair care, the cosmetology, and you can give us any updates and tell us about how the Reiki is going.
Yeah, with all of that, everything's going good. Business is really good. I can just say that it's growing more than I thought it would grow, more than I was projecting in the moment. And I think a lot of it is referrals. So it's so crazy that I haven't in all my years I've been doing hair, I haven't really been a big person to advertise and say that I'm doing something, right? And so I have been more active on my I Am Queen with social media and stuff, but not necessarily posting hair, it's Women's History Month, so I'm posting all the women's history facts, like literally, and I'm not just posting just Black women. I posted, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Hispanic culture, Indian culture. Like when I say women, I'm just supporting, women in general. And so I've just been getting referrals and just abundance of things that I was like, oh, okay. And this is without me. I haven't advertised one time yet. I haven't even put business cards at the front of my thing or anything, nothing. So, I'm thankful. I mean, I'm going to start, advertising so that I can continue the momentum. But I'm blessed to not have to do any of that stuff. It was all referrals. So business is good. Reiki's good. Building my own thing is good. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely in a happy place. I put it that way. In a really good, happy medium.
Yeah. That's great to hear. So, thinking about those referrals. So, are you saying? Make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Are you saying that there is a connection between the referrals that you've been getting and the non-hair posts that you've been posting?
Just in general, I haven't put out any kind of fillers to say, oh, I'm taking new clients or this is what I'm doing. People just I've done somebody in the past and they're like, hey, well, can I book an appointment, or how do I book an appointment? I'm like, here's my link. And then, you know, I've done a lot of photo shoots and other editorial work and stuff like that outside of that with photographers. And so a lot of other people brands have been like reaching out and stuff. And so it's like, oh, cool. Like, you know, so it's at a place where everything that I've already been doing just kind of started happening. I don't want to say started happening like that, but like came together and just started building on what was already there. The foundation was there. It just continued to grow.
Good. And I'm glad you mentioned the photo shoots. That was something that I see you post, you know, sometimes, but I never actually asked you about. So what does that usually entail when you work with these photographers? Are you like doing the hair for the models, or what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, how's that work? How's that working? Like how did you I guess find that avenue as another vehicle or another aspect of your business that you can, you know, make money off of?
Yeah, so I've always done them. I've always done photo shoots. COVID just kind of slowed it down, so you didn't see what I was doing. Plus, because at the time I was doing photo shoots, I was also teaching classes and traveling, right? Like in the past. Now you get to actually see them because I'm not traveling, right? Like I can do more of them. And so I work with a couple of different photographers, are really, I'm going to say models, and they like to request me to do their hair because I do all hair, right? Like I'm not limited on texture, but a lot of the Black models that I know, they're like, no, I want you to do my hair. And I'm like, okay, no problem. You know, I'll do your hair for the shoot. And so as far as brands and stuff, they just hire me out to do the work. And then when we get the pictures back, then I get to post it. Like you might see some behind the scenes in my story, and then maybe I'll post something like later on. But these last couple of times I've worked with one photographer in particular, or one group of people, I'll put it that way. This photographer brought all of these creatives together, and we just made such a good cohesive team that she brought us back multiple times to do things. And she's one of those photographers that says, here's the overall scheme of what I want. Go crazy. And so I've been able to like do what I want, like be able to go crazy and just let my brain do all the creative stuff that I like doing. So you've probably seen me do a photo shoot, but it probably wasn't as creative. And like this year, I'm going to say 2020 to 2021 has been like, have at it. If you would see my Pinterest board, you'd say she's absolutely out of her mind to try to do all these things. But I love it. It's just like amazing. So yeah, they just have to do it. That's it.
Yeah, that's amazing that you get all of that creative control too. You know, you get to be free, you know, and express yourself how you see fit, you know. So yeah, that's definitely dope, you know. And that's something, you know, and I feel like that's probably something that a lot of cosmetologists might be forgetting about, you know, those photo shoots and those events. That's another area that you know that y'all cosmetologists can dabble in too. You know,
yeah.
You don't just have to be, you know, in the shop, you know, with your regular clients. You know, you can get into these photo shoots, video shoots, probably fashion shows, all that good stuff.
Even working on movie sets and things like that. It's a lot of things you can do. It's just that when you first get out, you don't really know what you can do. And so my next stage of my life is I only want to take appointments in my space where I am, right? Travel and do what I do and do editorial work. And so I just try to find photographers or people that I know that are trying to do editorial work. And so when I say editorial, that's the print that you see like inside of Vogue and, you know, Essence, when you see all those really cool hairstyles on celebrities and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want to do celebrities. I just want to be able to create the print work that looks like that, right? I think I want to do a few movie sets, but not like a whole lot, because the other part of it is like if the actor or actress is in the water, you're in the water with them. If they're in the sand in 100 degrees, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I think people just don't think about it.
Right.
So I think I would do like sitcoms or Broadway or something like that. You know, if I move to New York, of course, right? So I'm just looking at different avenues of things that I actually want to do because I enjoy doing hair. I just don't always enjoy being in the salon 24/7. Like I want to be creative. That's the thing. When you're in a salon 24/7, your customers are not always as creative as you. They're like, ma'am, I need my hair so I can go to work. Or, you know what I mean? Something simple, nothing outside the box.
Yeah. So y'all hairstylists out there and makeup artists, think outside the box. This should give you some motivation to get those juices flowing and get those ideas about where you can take your skill set and your artwork, to the next level or to another area that you may not have thought about, before.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned travel. So, it's been a month. we know you had to have went somewhere.
I went to Vegas.
It won't be you if you didn't go anywhere. So did you take any trips?
I went to Vegas. So here's the funny thing. I had already planned to go to Vegas before the winter apocalypse happened. I just ended up changing my flight and going earlier. I wasn't going to go until that Saturday after it happened. But I changed my flight to Friday because I was like, I got to get out of here. Because the power came back on like Wednesday night, Thursday morning type of thing. And I was like, I got to let me wash some clothes and get out of here. So I did go to Vegas for a couple of days. Oh my God, that was the most fun time I had in Vegas in a long time. And it wasn't because I was gambling or doing any of the regular Vegas stuff. We did Old Vegas, Fremont Street, did the zip lining. We went to a speakeasy. We went to the Mob Museum, stuff that people don't necessarily think about. So it was really fun. I had a great time. And when I got back, Southwest started having a whole bunch of sales. So I'll be going to LA next month. Like I took this month, I'm not going anywhere that I have to fly. I'll put it that way. But next month I'll go to LA. We'll see what May comes. There's a couple of little trips floating around in the air. June I'll be somewhere. And hopefully by October, if they get this herd immunity together, I'll be able to get to my trip to Africa. Hopefully. That's the plan.
Okay. So we got the next few months lined up potentially. Cool. So yeah, I like to think of those activities that you did in Vegas. I also like to think of those as the stuff that you do during the day also. because people, when they talk about the usual activities, these are like nightlife activities, and
no,
it's like
the speakeasy is nighttime.
Oh, well, I'm talking about all the other stuff that you mentioned, like you mentioned the museum and the zip lining and all of that.
We went at nighttime.
Oh, you went at night? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, give you some variety, though. Some variety to mix it up.
Yeah. We zip lined at night because, we the type of people that like to day drink. So we're going to drink in the daytime. And, in Nevada, in Vegas, you can smoke. So we're going to smoke and drink in the daytime. And then we'll do the activities in the evening time. But that's just us. Like, I'm just saying, you can do that in the daytime. We just didn't do it in the daytime. We did it at night.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's giving me some ideas. I'm going to have to do those things when I go out there. Whenever I do that, for sure. All right. So we talked about business. We talked about hair. We talked about travel. We talked about the winter apocalypse.
Money Monday.
Yeah, Money Monday. That's the next one. So I mean, I'm not gonna make you try to remember every episode, from every week.
Even though I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. I mean, if you want to recap those, you can, or if there were like a couple of key shows that you did or guests that you want to highlight. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about that?
I'm gonna say all my guests are amazing. They always are. But of course, every first Monday, me and Stacey get on and we talk about fashion and finance. So it just so happened that this past one was like right after the winter apocalypse and people still needed help. So we gave like a lot of resources on where you can get funds, where you can do different things to help you, if you live in Texas. And then let me think. I don't remember off the top of my head. I remember what we talked about, but I don't remember all the guests. But I know this Monday, because I was so excited about it, it was cryptocurrency. This is my second time having Turo on for cryptocurrency. So I'm not gonna say I'm big into it, but I've invested before and I really enjoy seeing returns and things like that. So and people are afraid of it. And I finally started getting people like really asking questions about crypto and about, bonds and just the stock market, things like that. So it was a great episode, great show. I think I talked to Dee Marie too. So she's out of Chicago. A barber out of Chicago who's absolutely amazing. And then I think I also, Cassie. She's out of New York. We talked about finance, how she got out of debt, things like that. As a hairstylist, like $80,000 in debt. I try to bring on people from different experiences, different walks of life. And so, that's pretty much like kind of the gist of what we've been talking about. This Monday is going to be really cool because it's going to come from a mommy's point of view. So I'm going to have one of my really good friends, Kim, come on, and we're going to talk about how she talks with money with her daughter and things like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. And then I'm also going to bring one of my really good friends on in a couple of weeks that started an investment group, kind of like where I got my idea from to start investment. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. Every week is always different. You can always go back and look at all the episodes. They are literally all there, living on Instagram, IGTV. I think that's IGTV.
Yeah, IGTV. Yep. Yeah. IGTV. Of course, the preview was on your Instagram page, and while you stepped away, I ran through your information for you, but you can run through it again once we get to the end, which we are pretty much at the end.
Yeah.
But just want to hit on one more thing real quick, and then you can run through where they can find those Money Monday episodes and everything else we got going on. So the last thing that I wanted to hit before I let you go is I want to ask you if anything significant happened astrologically within the past month.
In the past month, astrologically.
Since the last show. Did we have some full moons, some new moons, and anything like that?
Yeah, we just had our new moon Sunday, whatever day the 13th was. Yeah, that day. We just had a new moon that just passed over. March new moon, I want to say Scorpio energy. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Because I totally was not thinking about new moon or anything. I mean, I had my own rituals and stuff, but I haven't thought about it in perspective of anybody else. It was only just for me. I did my cards on myself, my reading on myself, nothing else, just me. Mostly because I had to clear some energy out from life.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's it. Just new moon. What are we having? There's nothing big coming up. We ended retrograde on the 22nd of February, so that ended.
Yeah.
So life should be back, pretty much kind of back to normal. Today's, Happy Venus Day is Wednesday. So.
Yeah. It has been, because I could say that Mercury Retrograde was extra retrograde for me. In particular.
For all of us.
I'm just speaking for myself. Yeah, it just felt like it hit harder than other ones, to me at least.
It was the planetary alignment in that moment. It was a lot happening. But I tried to tell y'all to prepare for it ahead of time. I really did. I told you to prepare for it. I told you it was one of them times where you sit still, don't do nothing. I'm gonna tell you, the ancestors beat up on me for moving around like I wasn't supposed to. They beat up on me. I had all kind of bruises and marks and stuff because I was more clumsy. I'll put it that way. Like things just happen. And it wasn't things just happen. It was like, we told you to sit your butt down, but you didn't listen. So here's the consequences of that. So I just had to do some clearing of some energy. I did a bunch of rituals when I came back from Vegas, a bunch of stuff like clearings and things like that. And literally once the retrograde was over, it seemed like March came through and it's just been like beautiful spring. Here's the intro. Like I can't wait till the 20th because that's actually spring, equinox. So that's actually the new year, right? real new year. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for spring equinox and celebrating the new year and getting my garden together. And, because I'm gonna have some really good vegetables come summer. Y'all ain't gonna be ready for me.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. I mean, we can if we do a show next week, we can expound on that a little bit more, on the new year
Yeah, for sure.
and with spring and all of that. So
We're gonna have a show next week, Wednesday. We're gonna say it's gonna be like 7-ish.
yeah. Whenever time that happens, if you're subscribed to the channel, you get the notification. So, you can be right here. So make sure you subscribe and, hit the bell and all that so you can get the notifications.
Yep.
Yep. So Astoria, I'm going to let you get back to work, so you can, finish up with your client and, get on home and your wind down routine. So go ahead and
Wind down Wednesday, baby.
yeah, wind down Wednesday, exactly. Yeah. So why don't you just go ahead and tell people where to find you and and all that good stuff.
All that stuff. All right.
Yeah.
You can find me on all social media platforms. If you're on Instagram, it's going to be Miss_Story, or you can go to the business page. It's at the I Am Queen Hair. But if you go to my page, it'll give you all the links of where to find me. Of course, if you're changing your eating habits, and you want to eat more healthy, the ebook has been out. It's available on Kindle. So that link is also in my bio on Instagram. I'm on Facebook too, Astoria 2Q Stubbs, but mostly I'm an Instagram person. And sometimes I dabble on Clubhouse just a little bit, not lie. I just be over there hanging out sometimes. So, but everything is all the same. Miss_Story.
All right. Thank you. And as for the Seven Spheres of Money on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, DJTheMoneyCoach.com. We got some more powerful interviews coming up this week and next week. We have some more powerful women coming on for Women's History Month. For the last couple weeks of March. So look out for that. We're gonna be going every week, almost every day. So just stay tuned. And lock in with us. So as always, we wish you a pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money
and peace of mind.
And we invite you to come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. And your beach may not be next to an ocean, but your beach is wherever you feel free. Now, Astoria, go ahead and tell them what Tabitha said.
We got to wrap it up with Tab. Tab said, listen, now you go about your business and have the most amazing day. And even if you can't, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. All right, y'all. I love y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.